Hi, so I'm posting a video today. Usually I don't because I'm against videos, a lot of showing fights, violence, prejudice and racism. And yes, that is still around. And through this video, I want to encourage people to be themselves, to accept who they are, to walk proudly every day down the street because you might look weird. You might walk weird, talk weird, dress different. I mean, look at me. I'm an aspiring artist who, people judge every day. Oh, they don't know if I'm trans, this, that, and the other. I am a male who is aspiring to be something, grace runways, and, let more people wonder just who I am. But also inspire you to stand up and be yourself and tell your story. That's why I'm posting this video. Because once racism and prejudice and violence is all thrown in the mix, you don't get a good output. And that's why I'm coming to you today. So a little background, in 2012, I met someone out at a bar with my best friend. We hung out a couple of times. I figured that's not something I want to deal with and let that person know. A year later, met them out at the bar, saw them out with my best friend again. No words exchanged, just hi, bye. Present day, they call me when they arrive back to Pittsburgh from out of state. And, I tell them I'm not for you and to move on. I met one of their cousins and became friends with them in the meantime in 2013. So Wednesday of this week, I went over to the person who I considered was my friend, which was his cousin. And, she said everything was cool. So I went over, hung out with her and some other friends. And through an altar, through a lot of words exchanged, there was a transgender woman there. A straight male was being talked to badly by her cousin. And, I stuck up for them and said something and was asked, do I speak for people now? And I said yes, and, stuck by it saying, yes, I speak for people, so what? Are you mad? I guess those questions struck a trigger because I'm sticking up for other people who aren't accepted usually, but I don't like people being talked about badly. I stand for trans, I stand for straight, gay, black, white, we're all, the same. Last time I checked when I was bleeding, it was red. But after asking, are you mad, an attack happened. People were standing back laughing, that's fine. After the second attack of me saying the same thing, are you mad? Don't take your sexual frustrations out on me. The second attack happens, and it takes until they see me really grasping for air that something needs to be done. As you can see, I have a few little marks from my assault for speaking up for people just like you. And I went to the emergency room, did the emergency room spiel, but my best friend was there with me the whole way, which I admire about her. Like I'm saying, with being yourself. She's a big girl. People look at her, talk about her, but she was one of the only two people who was there through my whole experience after an assault of someone not getting what they want and me sticking up for other people. So I go to the police. I was told to follow up with local law enforcement by the hospital. So I went to my local law enforcement because I don't want to go back to where it happened, since I was threatened, to be the next fatality on the news. You would think the police officer would help me and take me there or guide me in a way so I wouldn't have to go back into harm's way. But I guess because it's not a police brutality that's going to gain national attention for him or for the city, or you or somebody that's just looked at, or a nobody, or a weirdo, or a trans, or one of them, I'm still somebody's brother, uncle, nephew, their list goes on, and so are you. I was a victim of assault. You would think you would help me in some type of way. But I'm helping myself, and that's what I want you to do, help yourself, tell your story, because no one should be a victim of assault. Assault does not have a name. Violence doesn't have a name. Prejudice doesn't have a name, but we can end it. Is it because I'm black? You think I'm trans, I'm gay, which one is it? I'm still a person at the end of the day that needed your help. The road, it's a two-way street. The police do things, but I've also seen people do things to taunt police. And, you're here to protect and serve all across the board. Even if it's something that you don't understand, you're here to protect and serve. We are still who we are. We're people too. Whether it's a fatality for you to add to the Pittsburgh homicide count or not. Whether I'm another number 4 speaking out, that's on you. But we all should be heard, and the prejudice has to end. It's not just, murders happen, and an assault victim. You matter. Please share your story, like, comment, positive vibes all the time. And through this whole video, stay encouraged to be who you are. Thank you for listening.